I'm going to show you in this video how to easily upgrade your fluorescent fixtures to LED tubes and make life much easier for yourself, your family, your company, your church, or whomever. You're going to improve the appearance, save energy and money, eliminate flickering, and achieve instant on from your lights. In addition, reduce radiated heat. The best part, you can do it yourself. Let's get started. Today I'm working at our church and I'm going to upgrade some fluorescent fixtures to LED fixtures. And these that you see in the ceiling here in the hallway, these lights are the ones that are on 24/7 as emergency exit required by law. And they've already been converted to LEDs. As you can see, they look nice. I'm going to show you the ones that I'm going to be focusing on. I'm going to turn on the switch here. As you can see, they're a different color, not nearly as attractive as the LED ones. And in addition to saving money by upgrading from fluorescent to LEDs, which by the way, the fluorescent tubes are about 32 watts. They draw about 32 watts. And the LED 4-foot tubes that we'll replace them with will draw 16 or 17 watts, so it's about half the wattage. But in addition to that, also the advantage of replacing these is that you get rid of that irritating flicker that you sometimes get with fluorescent tubes, especially when they start to age and go bad. When you turn it on, they flicker, they don't come on. You have to hit the switch a couple of times, jiggle it to make them come on, so get rid of that. We're also going to use ballast bypass tubes, which means we will not need a ballast anymore. We'll remove those from the fixtures. And we've had a problem here with the age of our fixtures that a lot of ballast have gone bad. So over the past 3 years, I think it is, we've been doing this, and we've replaced to this date, about 400 tubes. And it really works out great as far as reducing maintenance time and saving us some energy, electricity, and therefore money. So what I'm going to do is to take you through how we've been doing it and how you can do it also. So the first thing to do is to let the translucent cover down so that you can get to the tubes. And we've turned the power off. That's a requirement before you start this. You've got to make sure there's no power to the fixture. As I mentioned, we have some that are on 24/7. Those we had a electrician come in and do those because we could have done them, but I did not feel comfortable doing them live. And so we hired an electrician to do those. But these we're doing. You can turn off the switch, and if you turn off the switch, that should turn the power off to the fixture, obviously because the lights go off. But I'll show you another thing you can do to be doubly safe to check out that the power is off the fixture. Once I get it open, I'll show you that. So right now I'm going to take the tubes out, and then I'm going to take this cover off, which just entails squeezing it and getting it to come off these two ears on each end. So now I have the cover off, and as you can see, here is the ballast. Here are the power and neutral wires coming in. And I mentioned to you that I've turned off the power. Very important. Make sure you have the power off before you do this. And a double check is I have this device here that will sense if there's still voltage on the line. And if it's a green light, then there is no voltage on the AC coming in. If it were voltage still on it, it would be red and it would beep to let you know. So it's an extra precaution. You don't have to do that, but I like to do it to be extra safe, just to make sure someone hasn't wired it up differently than would be expected. So the next thing I'm going to do is the black wire coming in is we would call it the hot wire, and the white is the neutral. And the green is the ground. The green will just stay connected to the ground screw that it's already connected to. And we're going to cut the leads from the black and white AC coming in that go to the ballast. We're going to cut those, and we're going to cut all of these leads off the ballast that currently go to what they call tombstones, or connectors on the end where the tubes plug into. So I'm doing this, filming this myself, obviously, so I'll have to do that, and then I'll come back. Okay, so I've cut the leads. Here's the black and white, and I've cut the other leads, the ones from the tombstones on the far end, and I've cut it short intentionally from the ballast so that I will have as much lead as possible from the other end, and cut these also short because we're going to do away with the ballast. And this screw right here is the only thing I have to take out to get the ballast out. Take that screw out, and then this end is just slides into some slots, so the whole thing just, once the screw's out, slides to the left and comes out. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so, excuse me, I have the hot wire, the black wire, connected to the two wires going to this end. In your fixture you may have more wires, but in this case I just have two. And on this end where the red wire wasn't long enough, I happen to have some more red wire. You don't have to use the same color, obviously, but I just put another jumper in here to the white wire. So we got the neutral going to that end and the hot going to this end. And the connections, just make them a good tight connection. I like to twist them together and then put the wire nut on. If you're not familiar with it, you can probably find, I'm sure you can find some YouTube videos on how to actually make the connection using wire nuts. I'm not going to get into that right now, but some people use a different kind of connector. Those are fine, but the wire nuts are a tried and true method, which I'm very comfortable with and like it. So now it's a matter of putting the cover back onto the fixture, covering up the wires, and then we'll put the tubes in and turn the power back on. Check it out. Okay, so I have the cover back on. I haven't put the tubes in yet. I just wanted to mention that these are the tubes that I'm putting in. This fixture just requires two, and it has a L on one end, which is the hot, the line end, and it has a N on the other end. So I'm going to put it in the end to the right and the L to the left for load. And I want to mention, you can buy these tubes, you can find them on the internet for $4 or $5 a piece, so they're very affordable. Usually they come in a quantity of 25, so if you don't need 25, you're going to have to buy them maybe in a big box store or something like that. If you just need a couple, and they're going to be more expensive than that. But if you're doing like a church or a commercial building or something that requires a lot of bulbs, then the quantities of 25 are not bad. And also, a lot of these projects for LED upgrades will qualify for a upgrade from your local utility if you put those in there. So you might investigate that also. Okay, put the tubes in, turn the power back on, and there you go. The only other thing I wanted to mention was that they typically come with a, hopefully you can see it, a little label that you can stick on there that says that it has a LED tube in there, so that the next person that comes along doesn't think it's a fluorescent, try to put a fluorescent bulb in there. So all I got to do is close the cover and we're done. Thanks for watching my video on upgrading fluorescent fixtures to LED tubes. And if this was helpful to you, please like it. And if you know other people that might benefit from the information, please share it. Thank you.